Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of fireside. That smokiness of the lap song, so good. If you haven't tried any of my teas, go check them out. Dark Moon Teas. They're all handcrafted, really good stuff, all organic, good stuff. Go to JCristina.com and you'll see them in there on my store. Anyways, I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking video, talking photo. That's what we do here on the channel. Today is going to be an interesting one. Elon Musk Starlink bridges the great digital divide. So I want to talk to you guys about this a little bit. Let's start out with the term digital divide because it is divided. Some people look at it one way, some people look at it another way. The actual term, let's say, is based around, I'll read it to you. It says the digital divide refers to the gap between individual households, businesses, and geographic areas at different socioeconomic levels with regard to both their opportunity to access information and communication technologies, basically the internet and high-speed internet. So I think this is very interesting because there's a lot of people that are in the United States that do not have high-speed internet access. And if you have slow-speed internet access, it's really no access at all, right? Just like we always say, 2 is 1 and 1 is 0, right? Whenever you're talking about redundancy or you're talking about speed, if you don't have something that is up to snuff, that is fast enough, you really can't do anything with it at all. How many of you have been throttled back because you used all of your data, let's say, for one of your telco companies, the AT&T or Verizon or whatever, then all of a sudden it's going so damn slow that you can't even do anything. You can't look stuff up. And for me, I've called the telco up and I said, listen, I don't know, nothing's working. It was going so slow that their representatives couldn't even test the damn phone. So anyways, today we're not going to be talking about the socioeconomic, but we're going to talk more about the geographic issues when it comes to that great digital divide that we see and that disparity between people that have and have not high-speed internet access here in the United States. Now, this is not as prolific in Europe. Now, I've talked to a lot of people in Europe. My family is all in Europe. There's Europeans that are sitting in the woods that have higher speed than what I have through AT&T's DSL, that have more like fiber speeds sitting in the woods. All right. In the United States, it's not like that. A lot of people that are here in the U.S. citizens think that the United States is all fantastic, all great, and we have no problems. And that is absolutely by far not the case, and especially when it comes to this digital divide. Now, many years ago, the digital divide was exacerbated by money. If you didn't have money or enough money to purchase a PC, back then a PC would be $2,000, $3,000, sometimes $5,000 or more dollars for a baseline PC. If you didn't have that, you would not have access to the internet. You would have to go to the library or whatnot to be able to access it. Well, that all went away when smartphones came out and we saw high-speed cellular data that helped that division become less profound. Because you were able to buy a phone and now be able to access everything on the internet, not as well as having a computer, but still having high-speed internet access. Well, that's unless you're in a rural area of the country where you have less cellular towers, sometimes no cellular towers, and the cellular towers that you do have are so widely spread apart that your data rates are so slow anyways, you can't use them. And then when it comes to the telcos actually bringing you high-speed internet access, it's not happening. Even though the government has been trying to facilitate or reduce this digital divide by giving subsidies to these telcos for many years, countless years, 10, 15 years plus, probably 20 years, trying to get the high-speed internet access out to the rural areas so that everyone will have internet or high-speed internet. And that's just simply not been the case. It's literally been going on for decades where these telcos have been getting these subsidies and basically doing nothing with it. They're not getting high speed out to the masses. Well, Elon Musk changed this with Starlink. When that came out a couple of years ago, it was in beta testing until it just got out of beta testing as of the end of last year or the beginning of this year. And now we're seeing high speed internet access for rural America. And not only just rural America, but rural or in areas of the world that would never, ever, ever see internet access. They now have internet access, not only high-speed internet access, but low latency high-speed internet access. It is revolutionary, guys, absolutely revolutionary. So in a way, Elon Musk has single-handedly bridged that digital divide. So like I said, for many, many years, these telcos have been just making up excuse after excuse after excuse and just postponing or pushing things back. The ETA just constantly gets pushed back for one reason to the next reason to the next reason. They keep getting the money in for the government, but they show nothing for it. All right? Just excuses. And once again, they've been doing this for many, many years. Now, as a point of reference, before I got Starlink, I had AT&T's DSL. Now, I've told you guys about this in the past. It is absolutely crap service. We get about 12 meg down, somewhere around there, and less than 2 meg up, like 1.2, 1.4 meg up. Now, with Starlink, we're getting 20 to 30 meg up. And as far as the down speed, we're getting 200, sometimes up to 300 meg down. That is amazing, with a latency of only anywhere from about 20 to 40 milliseconds. That is fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Now, moreover, we see like cellular providers for many, many years, just like the telcos, raping their customers, charging them more and more and more for just diluted speeds. Just horrible data access. So once again, if you're far from the towers, you're going to get slow data rates, but they keep on charging you for them. It doesn't even matter. And if you go over that data cap, what did I say before? Everything just goes into a snail's pace. Absolutely horrible. Okay. And they once again charge more and more and more. For a while there, we were paying over $200 a month for AT&T's wireless, just their cellular, just to have 3 phones. Over $200. That is insanity. All right? Just absolutely insanity. Now, this has also happened with all of the ISPs or internet service providers. They've been saying that they were going to get their FTTH or their fiber to the home for countless years. And there's only a few homes that really have fiber as of today. When I say few, yes, if you're in a city, they're going to build out with fiber. But if you're in the rural area, you're not seeing fiber. And if you ask them for an ETA, they're like, huh. How did that go? Huh? This face. That's what they give you. Nothing more, nothing less. And once again, this all changed with the advent of Starlink. It is the bridge between that digital divide. All right? It simply is. No matter how you look at it, it is the bridge. So what would I like to see happen? Well, number one, I would really like to see Elon Musk actually get to his goal of 40,000 satellites up there in LEO, in low Earth orbit. That's number one. Number two, I would like to see more POPs, or those point of presence locations, as well as ground stations to accommodate that additional satellite traffic. All right. Number three, I would also like to see a Starlink smartphone, guys. A Starlink smartphone. Imagine using a smartphone, but with your Starlink service instead of using a cellular service provider. Once again, this would be a satellite phone, but different and most likely cheaper because these are LEOs. Once again, low Earth orbiting. It will be quick and you wouldn't need as much power to get that signal back and forth. And finally, I would like to see more IPTV options out there, like YouTube TV and whatnot, because the future is IPTV, period. So what would happen if this was all to come to pass? Well, some pretty good things would happen. Number one, you would see satellite TV companies like Dish Network out of business. You would see satellite TV companies like DirecTV out of business. You would see all of the cellular service providers out there scrambling, like Verizon and T-Mobile and Deutsche Telekom and Vodafone and China Mobile and all the rest of them, just losing their shit, guys. They will simply be going out of business. That is it. Also, the landline providers, let's say like AT&T and Comcast and Xfinity and Spectrum and all the rest of them, out of business. or maybe at half business because they will only be able to provide data at that point through fiber. All the rest of the stuff people are not going to want or need. They'll just use something like Starlink, and that is it. Once again, nixed. So the question, of course, would be, honestly, Joe, would you really want one man with all of this power? And that is a really hard question to answer because in a way, I would say no. You don't want one person to have that much power. But for the number of people that have been screwed by these telcos and all the rest of these cellular companies over the years, I mean, the only way to hurt them is to whack them in their wallet. And if all of this came to pass, that's exactly what would happen. They would just lose money hand over fist. And all the people like you and I could just laugh because we have been paying and just pouring our money into these fat for so many years. It would really be nice to see them just get their just due. That's my personal opinion. So my question to you is, what is your experience with your local telco? What is your experience with your local cellular provider? Do you feel that these companies are trying to help you or simply screw you at every turn? Also, do you think that Elon Musk could make this dream that I'm having here become a reality? And more importantly, should he? So anyways, this is a little bit of just a thought process that I had about the digital divide and more about the geographic digital divide and less about the social economic digital divide. And I want to know your thoughts on it. Let's just have this conversation. I just love this kind of stuff, and I hope you do too. If you enjoy this type of content, please throw it a thumbs up so I know that you want to hear more of it. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get more just Starlink information, I have a Starlink playlist just for you. Go over to the channel itself, youtube.com/JCristina, and then go to the playlist and find Starlink. You'll see all of my Starlink coverage in there. I give you helpful how-tos, tips, tricks, what to buy, what not to buy, when to buy it, and all the rest of the stuff. Go check out that playlist. Also, click this little bell icon over here. So when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And when you click it, also click all. So you get all notifications. If you don't do that, it doesn't work. Don't ask me why, it just doesn't. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.